Can you hear me? Hello.
Good morning, Mr. Okay.
Hi, good morning, guys. Can you confirm that my screen is visible? I'm audible. Okay. So today, what we'll do is we'll look into few measures. Okay. So what do you mean by measure and how we could create a measure inside Power BI? Okay. So normally, what is a measure? So any idea? Okay. So let's say if we are looking at this data. So what do you have in this data? Okay, so over here, what are the different things that are available? This
Order ID,
is order
sales,
ID. Okay.
sales,
Mm-hmm.
customer ID,
Mm-hmm.
product ID, product category.
Mm-hmm. So measure is something which is not a static value. Okay. That means where we calculate on aggregations. Okay. So what are the things that we could calculate aggregations? Aggregations in the sense sum, count, count distinct, average, min, max. These things are possible with sales, quantity, discount, profit, right? So any numerical value, okay, that could be aggregated as sum, count, max, min, could be considered as measures. Okay. So whenever we say measures, these are the default measures that we come across. Okay. So if I want to make, okay, let's say over here, no, let me go to the reporting view. Okay, let me take a new one. If I want to know what is the sum of this thing, okay, how could I get it? Let me show you. There are different ways that we could get this. Okay, so let me make a KPI for that. Okay, so I'm taking a card. So in this, let me take sales. What is the overall sales? It is saying. How could I say it is
2.306.
its overall sales? First thing. So if you go to visualization, if you scroll down over here, click on this card and see it is saying it is sum of sales, right? Can you clearly see it's a sum of sales over here in the field? And it is saying that the sales is sum of orders. Okay. So from the orders table, okay. So this is sum of overall sales. Now if I want to know what is the average sale happen, average sale order. How could I get that? Normally, if I want to get average order sales, it should be something like sum of sales divided by count distinct of order ID. That is my average sales. But there are a few inbuilt functions, okay, where if I click again sales and if I go over here, there are few functions or there are few aggregations that are available over here. Can you see? What are the aggregations that are available over here, guys?
Minimum,
Sum,
average,
Average, minimum,
average,
max.
minimum, maximum, count distance.
count,
These are the major aggregations in any visualization. Take a Tableau, ClickSense, Looker, any other visualization tool, which are automatically they are ready for you. Okay. So if I click average, it gives me that average sale is 229.86. If I want to know average profit, what I could do, I will just make it as profit instead of this thing. Okay. I will remove the sales from here and just take profit. It give me sum of profit. What I need to do, I can click on average. It is 28.6 is the average profit per order is 28.6 is. And what are my total distinct orders? How could I get that, guys? We already seen that. Pritham, how could I get what is the
We need to select
count?
orders and
Uh-huh.
count distinct
Count distinct of what?
orders.
Which table? Order date. sorry, order ID. Okay. So here these are also aggregations, but these are not measures as okay. What these are called? Dimensions. Okay. So here if I give count distinct, it will give me there are 5009. Okay. If you divide this divided by this, how much guys? 2.3 million divided by 509. How much it would be? 2 3 2 lakh 30,000. Sorry, 23 lakhs basically divided by 5,009. Okay, this is giving me not an average. Okay, that means this is something on overall. How many we have guys overall? Yeah, just give, let me take overall count. What is the average? What is the overall count, guys? Count of orders 9994. Okay, let me divide this by 9994. So it comes around 230. And if I do the same, where is my count? Take sales average. It is near to 229.86 because it gives you the round figure over here, guys. Okay, because this was exactly to the round figure, so there could be somewhere around 229 point something. Okay, which aggregates into 2.30 million. So this is the average. This divided by count of order ID. Okay, now here we directly get by this thing, but we could create these measures. Okay, because again every time if you want to use, you need to make this as in this thing, right? What you say? Okay, you need to create an count order. Okay, and I don't want these things every time. I don't want to make the changes. Okay, so what will do is I will create a measure for that. So what do you mean by measure over here? Measure would be a single column. Okay, measure would be a single column that would be defining either a sum of sales, any aggregation it could be, or any calculation that I want to do. Okay, let's say I want to do average sales. So average sales would be sum of sales by count, overall order count. I mean number of orders. I don't want this. I want instead of that, I want overall sales divided by unique customer. I mean, I just want to know what is the average sales per customer, per not by per order. So this is unique customers. Right? That means overall I have 5,009 customers. So what I will do is for per order I will be looking at. So if I want to this is the whatever we have. This is a default function, right? But I don't want to use this default. I want to use something else, okay, which on a customization basis. How could I do that? Okay, those for those measures we could create measure. First, let's see how we could do the sum of sales first. Okay, so if I want sum of sales, what I need to do? So there is something known as measure over here. If you go to the home, and in this, if you see, there is new measure over here, right? Write a DAX function that calculates a value to your data. Okay, click on this. Once you click, there will be an, if you see over here, you are able to go to a measuring tool where it says what is your created column, okay, and what do you want. Okay, here it is coming from orders table. Now, how we could do? Let's say I want to look at total sales. What I will say? Total underscore sales. Okay, now if I want what I require. I require sum of sales, right? So what I will do, I will use sum. Sum is a function. If you see, it gives fx, right? Whenever there is an fx, that means it's a function. Press tab. So where I am looking at sum I am looking at the sales, right? Isn't it? Sum of which column I am looking at? It would be sum of
Sum of sales.
sales. So where it is order table and sales, right?
Yes.
Now close the brackets. And once you are done, there is a commit column over here. Okay, you need to commit or cancel. I need to commit. Let's commit. What you have here, there is something as a calculator, and you could see there is total sales over here. Now what I will do, I will just take the card and I will just click total sales. See, I got overall sales, right? This value and this value is similar, right?
Yes.
Isn't it, guys?
Yes, sir.
Now I required average profit. Okay. So here my average profit, average sales. Here my average sales is 29.86. How could I derive this? This is just like your calculation, guys. Okay. Here, normally, whenever there is a data set, guys, everything is not custom made. You need to create your own custom columns. You need to create your own custom relationships in the tables, right? Like average profit or let's say percentage of profit. Okay, these types of calculations where you used to do in your finance classes, basically ratios it could be. Okay, so normally if you are looking at an mm, what you say, there is something known as debt equity ratio, and certain ratios are there in finance, right? If you remember those calculations, normally in finance table you don't get those things, right? You will need to calculate those. So these measures also are like where you get the data. To analyze the data, you need to create certain measures as per the client. Okay, so for those measures you will be creating this. Okay, now let's see how we could create the same average sales. Average sales would be total sum of sales divided by number of orders. Okay, now create that. Let's, how could I create? Same value, new measure. So average sales would be, so now what I will do, I will make it as divide. So I'm using divide function. Once I give the divide, what it is asking? It is asking me the numerator and denominator. So what is my numerator? It's sales, right? Sales divided by count of order ID. Now order and sales. Now I have given the numerator, next comma. Now I need to give the denominator. What would be my denominator, guys? Order ID, right? Count of count of order ID. Okay. So let's see whether the brackets are exactly. So for this bracket is closed. For orders, I need to close one more bracket. Okay. This looks good. And let me click OK. I have committed. And if you see, there is an average sale that pop up over here. Now let me take a card and take average sales. These both are same.
Yes.
Now, there is something that I have asked. Instead of this, okay, instead of this, I want to use this count order. Okay, that is 5009 instead of 994. So this is a custom column that I am looking into. How could I get that? So same, create a new measure. Now you tell me, guys, what should I take? Let me take this as unique average. Now what would be my calculation? Or let's say average order unique average order value. Okay. Now, what would be my calculation? Come on. It's easy, right? Go on. What should be my function that I need to use?
Total number of sales by unique
Uh-huh.
order,
Sales by
unique order ID.
unique order ID. Perfect. But which function I need to use? I need to use divide function. Divide. Now, what is my numerator? Numerator is my sales, right? So, order ID, order, not average sales, take sales, total sale. Okay, I could use this, or I could also use sum of order sales, comma. What is my denominator?
Unique order ID.
Denominator would be unique, right? That means distinct. Distinct count. What is my distinct count? I need to take order IDs, right? Now, no, I need to take it from order, right? Okay. Why it is showing me? Okay. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Yeah. Too many arguments were passed to some function. What happened? Just give me a second. Okay. Let me take new measure. Unique underscore average underscore sales. Okay. Divide. DIVID divide. Numerator is the total sales. Distinct count of order ID, double brackets. Yeah, now looks okay. Click OK. Operation. Which operator is not done? Okay. Orders. Okay. Close the brackets. This is done. If I want to use a second, let me check. Okay. Yeah. So see guys, we have divided the total sales divided by distinct count of order ID. Okay, now let me see what it is. Okay, so take a new this one, and where we have u underscore, click on this. See, this is my unique average sales. Okay, unique average order value. It could also be. Okay, any doubts, guys?
No.
Now, if you want to know profit margin, what do you mean by profit margin? Profit margin will come by total profit divided by total sales, right? So for this, what I required? I required something I have to create also total profit. Let me create one more measure, which is known as total profit. How could I create a total profit? What do you mean by total profit, guys? Total profit is nothing but sum of order of profit, right? Is it right?
Yes.
What it will give? Total profit means it will give sum of overall profit, isn't it? So let's validate whether this is same or not. So let's take profit, okay? Create one thing and give profit, sum of profit, and take a new one and select total profit. Both are same, right? This is
Yeah.
the original this thing that we take. This is the measure that we created, total underscore profit. Now, if I say profit margin, what could be my profit margin as? Profit margin is total sales divided by total profit. Okay, into 100 you will get total profit margin
But
ratio.
profit by total sales, right, sir?
Yes. Profit margin ratio would be something known as total profit divided by total sales into 100. Okay. Now let me create that. Okay. So let me create one more measure. Here measure, let's say profit underscore margin. Now what I required is, how could I do that? Divide, right? Divide. What I need to divide? I need to divide total profit. Total profit, comma, total sales. Now, what I will do is, there is a possibility that margin could be negative also, right? Because the overall profit could be negative, isn't it?
Mm.
But nowhere it's we have already seen that the total profit is 286.40. So now it would be 286.40 divided by 230 million normally. But if it is negative, I don't want to show you as negative value. So what I could do is I will give you an alternate result. Alternate result means in case if it is having some error or if it is going to be getting some error or in case of negative, I just want make it as zero. Let's say this is my alternate result. Okay, that means if there is an error, that means if the total sales is zero or something or total profit is zero, what would happen? It will give me infinite, right? Or it will throw me an error. What would anything divided by zero is?
Infinity.
It's infinite, right? So it won't be defined. So it will give me an error. So instead of that, so if profit is zero or total sales is zero, just give me zero. That is what I am defining. There is a possibility whenever you have division, there could be, if you think that it could be zero at any point, either in the numerator or denominator, make an alternative result. Okay. Now what we do? This is P underscore M. Now click on this, give P underscore M. See what is the profit margin? Basically, it's 12%. Now we need to into 100, but that's fine. No worries. Is it clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, let me do some measures. Okay. Let me create some DAX functions uh, using the date function. Okay. So let's say if I want to add, okay, dates, uh, what are the days that which we have? Let's see first, and later we decide what we could do. What are the dates we have, guys, over here? Can you check and let me know what are the dates that are available? So if you see over here, whenever there is a date, you will be able to see like this calendar. Okay. So wherever you see calendar, let me know. There is one for order ID, right? So here you have this script. Now what I will do, I will make it as only order date. Okay, so it will give me the complete date instead of different days. Okay, now what are the other things? There is shipment date. Shipment date also makes it. I need to make this a ship date. Okay, any other date columns? No, right? These are the only two date columns. Okay, so let's say if I want to add, okay, let's say what is the major difference over here? Order date was 3 and shipping was done on 7th, right? Order date 4, shipping was done on January 8th. So I want to know particularly what is the shipment time that has taken from order date. Okay, that means I need to know what is the date difference between ship
Order and
date
shipment.
and order date. How could I get that? Are there any DAX functions for that? Come on, guys. Do you think that there could be some DAX functions? And what could be the difference from here while we creating this? Now, if I want to do this, where I should do basically? I'll show you two ways how we could do, guys. Okay. One thing, let me go to transform data. That is my transform data. This is my transform data, right? In orders. Now what I will do, I will make it as add custom column. Go to add column. There is custom column, right? I will create a custom column. So over here, let me make it as date underscore difference or shipping days. How many shipping days is coming to? So now I will take something known as duration dot days. Okay, there is if I make duration, it will give duration dot days. Okay, now just tab. Now in this function, you need to give two. One is the highest value, the second one is the lowest value. Which is the highest value, which is the lowest value, guys? Shipping date minus what I
Order,
need to order date,
order
right?
date.
Click OK. Okay, so I don't know whether it is correct or not over here. Okay, but I get desired value. It should be 3, 5, 7, something like that. Now go to home, close and apply, close and apply. Now what I will take, which I give, what is the apply changes? We created custom column, right? So check for the custom column. What is the custom column name, guys, that we created?
Shipping
Shipping
days.
days.
Date diff, right? Um, shipping
Last
days.
one.
Click on the shipping
Shipping
days.
days.
Sorry. So this is max shipping days is 7. Let me remove and click on ship days. Go to this one. Now can you check how the shipping days are working? Is it giving the correct one or wrong? January 7th minus January 3rd. How many days? 4.
Food. Yes,
January
food is
8th to
correct, sir.
January 4. 4, right? Is it
Yes.
clear? January 14th to January 11th. 3 days. Hello.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir. Clear.
Are we getting exactly what we required, guys?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me do the same, but we'll do it in a different way. Okay. Now what we'll do it in a DAX function. Back to report. Now let me create a new measure. Average shipping days equal to
Order date.
sum x. Sum x. Now what is the table? Table is orders, right?
Yes, sir.
Orders, comma. Expression is date diff. So we need to give what is the date diff. We need to look at order date and ship day by day, right? So first we need to give order date. Order date, comma, order ship date. Ship date, comma. We are looking at day, right? Day. Click this thing. Click OK. Where is my ASA underscore SD? Why it's showing me 12? Okay. Let me go to this formula. Instead of sum x, let me take average. Now we have the same thing, right? Let me take this, the report, and you'll be able to see, guys.
Yes.
Yeah. So is there any difference between these two? Any difference, guys? The main difference is one we have done through mQuery, the other one we have done through DAX. Okay. So if you go to transform data, and when I click on advanced editor for the orders, so here what happened here, if you see this,
Edit custom.
we created a custom column, okay, which is known as shipping days by using this function, okay, which is duration of day, ship date minus order date. And this is happened on order table, This happened in an M query, guys. Okay, when we create the custom, that means it has created in the M query. Okay. Now, the second one where you are unable to see over there is created as a DAX measure. Okay. And what is the difference between previous one and this one? We have created ASD, right? What is the difference
Yes.
between the previous ASD, I mean the previous calculations and this calculation? Okay, let me also show you one more thing. Let me go to 123 control set, back to report, take this and give ASD. So what I got over here, and why it is giving me 7 4 over here, and why it is giving me 4 over here. Okay, guys, there are what happening over here is from
I
0
will.
to 7 we are getting some orders, right? I mean the shipping date is from 0 to 7 max. There are more on 0. 0 means that they are same day delivery, right?
Yes.
You have 1 day shipping delivery, 2 day shipping delivery. So here what happened is you get the same thing, creating a DAX. So this gives you on overall order ID and this is average shipping days basically. So
Yes.
if you order a product, the average time it take is 4 days. It could be from 0 to 4 or 4 to 7, but the average time is 4 days. Okay,
Yes.
and here in the same calculation, we are creating the custom column. Okay, where it breakdowns for each shipment. Okay, in the other calculation. That's it. Yes. Yes. Any questions on this?
No.
Okay. So we could create custom columns. Any doubts on custom columns, guys?
No, sir.
Okay. So if I want to know, okay, let's say, okay, we'll do something, but it won't work over here, guys, because currently this data is something of uh, currently this year is 2024, and our order date is something around 2018 is our last, yeah, 2018 our data is. So this won't work basically, but I will show you how to do that. Okay, let me which what I'm talking about is if I want to know last year sales, or let's say last year or last quarter, okay, or YTD, how could I create that as a new measure? But in this it won't work because we have the data only till Jan 2018, sorry, July 2018 only. Okay, the max flow available is Jan 5th, 2018. Okay, so that's why this is not possible over here. But let me show you how the DAX function looks like. Okay, if I want to calculate, okay, YTD sales. What do you mean by YTD, guys?
Yeah. Total.
Year to date, right? Now let me create YTD sales. YTD underscore sales. So when I say YTD sales, there is something known as total YTD. Okay, if you see month to date, quarter to date, YTD. Okay, for any formula, you could use the requirement. If you want month, you could use month, quarter, you could use quarter, year, you could use year. Now, total YTD. Okay, from which column you are looking at, guys? If you are looking at YTD, you are looking at sales, right? So give the sales, sum of order dot sales. Comma. Date of
Okay.
let me take order date. No, it is not coming. One second, yes. Why it is not coming as date DA date and date. Total YTD sum of what is the argument that we are now getting? Cannot find it, okay. Total YTD we can't give any aggregation, yes, we need to give directly this one. Yeah, again, correct, comma, year and the date. Total validity expression we have given. Dates, yes, I'll check on this. It should take the order date, okay. We are not getting the order date over here. Let me give only date. Date is also not recognizing. Now let me check on this date, yes, okay. So normally we need to provide the date only over here, okay. Okay, anyway, we'll see in tomorrow's class that how we could do year to date, month to date, and quarter to date, okay. And also we'll be looking at this is current year YTD, right? So I'll be looking at how we could do the previous year and last couple of years. Okay, these things we'll check tomorrow. I'll also check this function why it is not working. Any questions, guys?
No, sir.
Hari,
No, sir.
Ritam, Upendra?
No, sir. Not now.
Okay. Guys, I have updated these. Okay, I'll update these two recordings also, today's and tomorrow's. Sorry, yesterday's and today's by the end of the day. Okay.
Okay.
Okay then. Let's meet tomorrow. If there are
Thanks,
no
sir.
questions, then yeah. Thank you guys. Have a great day.
Thanks, sir. Have a good day, sir.